Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Korra / Avatar news update video. Haven't done one of these since Book 3 started, mainly because I've been pretty swamped just doing Book 3 coverage, podcasts, episode reviews, YouTube reviews. So a little bit of news to catch up on here. I'll cover the Korra stuff first, the stuff that actually relates to Book 3. So first of all, we got ratings for the premiere of Book 3. Weren't as good as expected. The first two episodes, which were aired as a special, so they only get one number, got 1.5 million viewers, and the Earth Queen got 1.29, so basically 1.3 million. About a million down on the premiere ratings for Book 2, though I suppose many people expected it, given that this book did only have 1 week build up effectively with how quickly the premiere was announced and came about. Um, so, first of all, I don't think the ratings are terrible, because if you look at some of other Nickelodeon's better shows like Turtles, you'd say that has got a lot more promotion than Korra, because look in the toy shelves, there's Turtles Lego, Turtles toys all over the toy stores. It has that extra bit of promotion, ads and stuff like that on TV for it, and it has a time slot that usually there's not much competition should get better ratings Sunday mornings, and it's only getting like just over 2 million. So for Korra on a Friday night time slot, which is a lot more competitive, as I said before, up against the likes of WWE SmackDown on another network, a lot of sports are happen at the same time as well. So for it to get 1.5 million on a pretty competitive thing, plus the fact that ratings are down all across the board, apart from SpongeBob is apparently the only thing not affected, but SpongeBob, it's not that big of a deal. I know a lot of people have been kind of jumping to huge conclusions that this is the end of Korra. They're going to cancel it. They're going to cancel Book 4. That's not going to happen. Book 3 and 4 will air with little to no problem. Like they're not going to not air Book 4. Nickelodeon put a lot of money into making this show. Production is well underway on Book 4. Production's done on Book 3. The show will air. All of Korra will air. It's not going to be cancelled or anything like that. As much as we may think it, Nick do actually know that it is one of their more popular shows. It obviously doesn't seem that way because of how they've been treating it the past while, but they have to know that it's one of the most popular shows. Now, as for why the numbers are down, I think it's a combination of multiple factors. One, who watches TV anymore? The rating system that the numbers are based off is very kind of old fashioned almost. Like, I believe the way it works is that basically they're called Nielsen ratings, and the way they're calculated is that certain households in America have special TV boxes, or a special box linked up to their TV setup that's called a Nielsen box, and whatever they watch on TV counts towards the rating. So if you don't have one of these boxes, you don't count towards the ratings. They basically just use Nielsen ratings and then take an average across the whole population that has a TV or something like that and calculate the ratings that way. So there's always the potential that, sure, a lot of people with the Nielsen box probably watched Korra, but it's not a whole representation of the issues at hand here. As I said before, who watches TV? I haven't watched a TV show live as it's premiered in years. The only thing I really watch on TV is sports, and even then there's like options for sports online as well. So add to that our fandom is super online focused. Like, if you think of Korra, one of the first things you go to is the online fandom. And Nick, I think, have been very aware of the fact that our fandom is online, just based on the multiple times in the past that they've done online premiere for episodes. Book 2 finale, the episodes they put up online, the first episode of Book 1, and so on. Coronation is a very online focused thing to get the best out of media, and that's a big error that they've made this book round, that they haven't really done anything with Coronation in terms of launching a new phase, which I think is one of the big problems. But I think they do know that it is online focused, which is why they're not doing anything drastic after these poor ratings, which I don't think are that bad. What they are doing, though, is they're replaying the whole premiere this Friday, which we thought was a complete break off for Korra, and we're going to return on July 11th. That's the case. We're going to get episode 4 and 5, as I'll talk about on July 11th when the show comes back with new episodes. But tomorrow, July the 4th, we're not getting a new episode because it's Independence Day in America, but what we are getting is a repeat of episodes 1, 2, and 3. They're doing the premiere the exact same way they did it last Friday. Now, this is actually a really cool way that they're using the fact that they have a week break straight off, that they're going to have the same premiere 2 weeks in a row. People will know that they missed it the first time round and probably try and catch it this time round. And so I don't think the ratings are going to be like super high for this airing. I don't think that they obviously weren't high for the first one. But overall, I think it will work well, and that you've got a lot of people now knowing about Korra. The week off has actually helped the show, I think, overall. Plus, together with what they're going to do, which I'm going to talk about now, we just found out basically earlier on today, last night, that what Nickelodeon are actually going to do with the airing of new episodes is they're going to air every Friday from July 11th, so next Friday. They're going to air 2 episodes at a time. So next week we're getting episode 4 and 5. The next time around, 6 and 7, 8 and 9, 9 and 10, and and so on. Whatever. That's basically the way it's going to work. We're getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it works out very nicely. 13 episodes in the book. And I believe that means if there's no more breaks, that the show's going to end August 8th, which is earlier than expected. It means the show will air completely over the course of summer, and that's fine. I think it's interesting in that it could work out well for Nickelodeon in terms of ratings, and that Korra is now going to basically have specials for every single airing that it has. It's not just one episode, and maybe the one episode doesn't do that well. It's got a whole hour time slot to itself with having to air 2 episodes, and I assume they're effectively going to make a big deal out of that it's a special type thing. The problem is that in terms of the book 3 experience from a fan's point of view, we're not really getting that much of an experience. The book is going to be done over the course of 5-6 weeks, and that's like half of the book that we can't really speculate about because we know what we're going to see the next episode immediately afterwards. And then just in terms of me, doing the podcast and coverage for the site, it means crazy busy weekends trying to cover this, and especially the podcast schedule. We're basically probably going to have to do 2 podcasts every week just to cover this and not just get this huge backlog. So I'm very interested to see how the 2 episode premieres actually work out for them. But last bit about book 3 stuff is just that we got some new episode titles. I'll just run through basically what all the upcoming episode titles are called. So our next episode, which we're getting episode 4 and 5 on July 11th. That's when the new episodes are airing. Episode 4 is called In Harm's Way. It has the description: after discovering that the Earth Queen is forcing all airbenders in Ba Sing Se to join her army, Korra makes a plan to bust them out. Episode 5, which will air the same day, is The Metal Clan. Korra's quest leads her and her friends to the metal city of Zaofu. Zaofu. So that's the spelling of that place. And yeah, that's that metal city that we saw in the original book 3 trailer. Not the Netherlands one, the actual Nick.com one. Then the following week, July 18th, we're going to get episode 6 and 7. Episode 6 is called Old Wounds. Simple episode description: Beifong is forced to face her past, so flashback episode. Pretty cool. Having seen it, I think people will really enjoy it. Episode 7, which is new to everyone, the title and the description. Episode 7, which will also air July 18th, is called Original Airbenders, and the title reads: Tenzin tries to train the new members of the Air Nation while dealing with Bumi's bad attitude. So, after all this lead up to getting new airbenders, this is the episode where we're really going to focus on the training of them, and specifically the training of Bumi as well, and Tenzin's going to continue to have an arc. Very interesting to see how that goes, and especially I wonder how much are the villains, how much is Korra going to get a focus if that's the description for this episode, or are they kind of taking a mid-season kind of break away from the serious stuff to focus on some more lighthearted stuff? Who knows, not really sure. Then we don't have the descriptions, but we do have episode titles for 8 and 9, which will air July 25th. Episode 8 is called The Terror Within, and episode 9 is called The Stakeout. So episode 8 has a pretty crazy title. I wonder what that refers to. I'm not sure though. But either way, that's how the schedule is looking. Book 3 is going to looks like it's going to be a very quick experience for the fandom. I'll do my best to cover it on here, the site, and stuff like that. But it's going to be tough with so many episodes airing at once. And then add to that, next piece of news, The Rift Part 2, next comic book coming out, is out July 16th. So that's, under 2 weeks away at this point. And we're going to have to review that. Really thinking we're going to have to wait until after Korra airs to even touch that. Then San Diego Comic-Con's also coming up at the end of July. The book 2 DVD Blu-ray came out a few days ago. I ordered the DVD. It'll take a while to get here because I'm not from America. And yeah, it's just, there's a lot of stuff happening in the fandom right now. But final thing I want to mention is just the Legend of Korra video game has been announced. That's been probably the big piece of news. That the premiere news slightly overshadowed, but I think people are still really excited to find out what this video game is actually about. Details that we have so far are basically that there's two games basically. One is coming to PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. This game is going to be developed by Platinum Games. It's going to be a downloadable title, so it's not going to be available like in shops, like a hard copy on disc. It's going to be a downloadable title from Xbox Live, PS Store, PSN Store, whatever it's called, and so on. Unfortunately, not available on Wii or Wii U, which is disappointing, seeing as I just recently got a Wii U. I still have an Xbox 360, so I can't play the game. The other game is being developed by Webfoot Technologies, and it's going to be a 3DS game. And this one's different than the console game because this one's actually going to get a physical release. So the difference between the games is that the console game is going to be a third-person fighting style game. It's going to be kind of button masher, beat 'em up style game along the lines of that Turtles Into the Shadows game, I think, that recently came out. That sort of a beat 'em up style game, like big combos using the elements. Cell shaded animation style looks really cool. Plus animation cutscenes done by an animation studio that has worked on Korra before, Titmouse Animation. So everything's looking really cool about this console version of the game. We haven't seen any footage from the game, but we have seen a few screenshots. It looks really cool, but we haven't really seen it in action yet. But hands-on impressions seem to point towards this being a very, very good game for what it is, a downloadable title. Apparently you can use all 4 elements, like the 4 shoulder buttons on the consoles, activate basically, each element. So, you hold down one of the right ones, right trigger or something like that, you've activated water, and now suddenly every move you do is part of a water combo. And then I can imagine some crazy combos if this game really works like smoothly, where you can go like air, water, fire, earth, and then you're just tapping all over the place. It's something like I haven't played too many like those type beat 'em up style games, but if this works really well, this could be amazing if all of the different elements flow into each other really well. But the 3DS version, which I'll probably will be getting as well, is a different type of game. It's said to be a strategy role-playing game. So, and based on what we've heard, it involves maneuvering Korra and her friends around like a battlefield, basically, and attacking that way. So, I assume it's going to be kind of like an Advanced Wars type thing, Fire Emblem-like, in that you're moving kind of units around a battlefield, that sort of thing. And it's also very interesting that console's getting a download game while 3DS is getting a full release. Both done by studios that aren't your typical we're making a game for a TV show cash-in type thing. So that's cool. Either way, I'm very excited to see what happens. We haven't seen any screenshots from the 3DS game. Both have release dates this year, I think fall 2014, but we don't know a lot else about them. it was recently revealed on Amazon that the 3DS game actually has the kind of subtitle Legend of Korra: A New Era Begins, and it's available for pre-order on Amazon.com right now. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm definitely going to be getting both games probably. I like that it's getting two different games. Though again, I do wish it was coming to Wii U. That's very disappointing. But I can still play the other games, so that's fine. Um, but yeah, that's primarily all there is to talk about. Just to also mention briefly, Korra Roundtable podcast for K303 The Earth Queen will be recorded and uploaded this weekend. So definitely check that out on Avatar The Last Airbender Online.com when it goes up. And then we'll try and work out a schedule for the remainder of the roundtables this book. I have a feeling we're going to have to do 2 podcasts every week just so we don't get messed up with everything. Maybe we'll slow it down towards the end of the book, but definitely, like, at least for the first 2 or 3 weeks of the 2-episode thing, we're probably going to have to do that. And the final thing I just want to mention is that I recently made my own website, and it's up online. It's airspeedprime.com. Check it out. I haven't put up a lot of like exclusive content for the site myself. It's mainly just links to stuff I've done for Avatar The Last Airbender Online.com. But let me check out the site itself. I did make it myself. And then there is a special page. It's airspeedprime.com/carrot, and I'm sure you all know what it's about. Definitely go out and check that page. It's probably the one exclusive content that's up there. Pretty funny, but yeah, that's been this video. Thanks for watching, and bye.